Well, oh, there we go again. Fucking flock. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more of our Ark misadventures. And I was wondering why I wasn't sprinting. I kept hitting cap locks. And today we are back over on Extinction to make use of the random bits and bobs that we picked up in the last video. So, before I switched maps at the end of the night, I dropped all of my hearts in here because you actually can't take the corrupted hearts with you across the arcs, which is kind of annoying, but you can take the other stuff with you. But today I want to go for the Desert Titan because the Desert Titan is really easy. Like, I hate that it's like it technically is a boss, but it's so easy that it's like, why do you give tech grims? And it gives really good tech grims. Like, we talked a little bit about tech grims in the last episode, so we're gonna talk a little bit more about it here while we make our way through the Desert Titan's cave, so we can actually challenge and summon it. Oh Jesus, it's dark. The way tech grims work is each boss will award tech grims based on the tier of difficulty that you do, being alpha, beta, or gamma. And a lot of specific bosses have specific tech grims tied to them. Like, there's a tech transmitter that functions like an obelisk, so you can transfer anywhere, from your server, and that's tied to the beta dragon, so it's like, if you want that, you have to be either the beta or the alpha dragon, and I think the Crystal Wyvern Queen at the same difficulty levels. So, but there are some that are, like, kind of, like, universal. Like, the tech replicator is all bosses, and yeah, that kind of is, like, a good rundown of it, I guess, in a way. The Desert Titan here awards 6 different tech grims. The tech replicator, which we said is tied to all bosses. Then it's dedicated storage, which is phenomenal. It's one of the best tech grims in my honest opinion, because it just compacts your storage so much. It's insane. It's such a game changer. The tech generator, which again is huge, like changing your generator to tech so it like has a smaller range. Look at the little rubble golem, by the way. And now he's dead. But changing your generator to tech so it's not like constantly burning through a ton of gas, and it has bigger range. Like, the tech generators have massive range compared to the normal generators. And on vanilla, where you don't have the ability like we have, where we don't have to be wired in to our stuff with the electrical generators, the tech ones act like that, where you don't have to be wired and they just kind of like broadcast power. So on official servers, or ones without Structures Plus, it is such a huge thing to have. And then it gives the tech feeding trough, which is just the feeding trough but refrigerated. So you don't have to worry about your food spoiling as much, and it actually has more storage than most refrigerators, if I remember right. Because I know like unofficial, at least, I've seen people using those instead of the refrigerators, which is a silly thing. Outside of that, I know it gives the tech railgun, which isn't really great, and I forget the last Ingram it gives. It's probably like a part of the tech suit. It's probably tech boots, actually. For some reason, I'm thinking specifically tech boots. So, yeah, it gives some crazy good rewards for being such an easy boss. There's no loot crate back here. Sad. And it's not like it's a hard boss even to get the stuff for. It's 100 hearts, 10 Fire Wyvern Talons, and 10 Sarco skins to summon it, too. So it's like, it's super easy. This cave is super easy, as you can see. We're just charging through with like minimal resistance. The worst thing are the little rubble golems there, because they take reduced damage from we took a wrong turn. They take reduced damage from everything that's not a Giga, Carcharodontosaur, and there's like one other creature I think that deals like full damage to them. It might be Magmasaurs, actually. I could be wrong on that one though. Oh, hi, Mr. Sarco. That's a lot of Sarcos. Oh, and a Rubble Golem. Feels bad, bro. But yes, so we're almost all the way through. Now, the funny thing with Extinction bosses is they still take an artifact. Most bosses require various amounts of artifacts to actually summon them. And while the Extinction ones all require one specific artifact, it spawns in the cave with them. So, I think it's, like, up here, if I'm remembering right. Yep, there it is, right there. And I think... I want to say Destroyer, but I know that's not what this artifact is. It is the artifact of Chaos. Okay. And the Extinction artifacts actually look really cool. I really like the artifact of the Overgrowth. Artifact of Overgrowth, whatever it is, for the Forest Titan, is one of my favorite looking ones. But it's really funny that it's just like, oh, shit, we still... This was when they were still doing, like, boss fights like this. Where it was like, oh, we have to have caves and stuff for our bosses. Quick, put the artifact in there, because there's only 3 caves. I kind of like that they drifted a little away from that, but at the same time, I don't overly like how they did it on Genesis Part 1 and Part 2. But here we are for the summoning platform. That was actually, like, relatively quick. I don't think exceptional. I'll take the Sarko skin, I guess. We might as well. Good job, Saffron. And now we will just pop everything in here. And as you see, there's only one difficulty. It's part of why I say the Desert Titan isn't, like, that difficult. Because it's, like, most bosses will, like... Oh, what's the right word? You'll have, like, the different difficulties to kind of gauge it. The Titans just have a flat one. And that's funny, I'm talking shit on the Titans, but, like... Gamma King Titan is something else entirely. We don't talk about... I remember trying to do that once with a bunch of Gigas, and it just fucking flattened them. It was quite the fight. But honestly, I'm pretty confident with our one Wyvern here to be able to do that. And there is the Sky Manta. But we deal so much damage with our Lightning Breath. We just have to be careful of the Flock, because it's like a personal bodyguard of the Titan that can dismount us. Which is why I have parachutes on my inventory. And my hotbar, I mean. So we can just, like, if we get dismounted, we can just parachute and not die. And, yeah, this is... Oh, am I stuck in you? Shit, okay, we're good. Sometimes you get stuck in the Titan, which is very annoying. But we are doing so much damage to it already. Good lord. Unfortunately, this is going to be kind of boring, because it's just going to be a lot of this. With me just, like, circling around, having to stop every so often, because we're going to have to go pick up some more stamina here in a little bit. And we have to be careful of that lightning, too, because that just does a lot of damage. But this is... You know, I didn't even go, like, really crazy with my lightning wyverns. I think we did 20... We did 20 health, 20 stamina, 20 weight, and then I brought the melee up to 100 points. And it's just, look at the damn... Oh, geez. Does it hurt me? I guess we're gonna find out here, probably. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Oh, never mind. But... Alright, I'm just gonna kind of... I really hate, like, cutting around doing the fight. I would like to have the whole thing, but it's so boring. It's not like it's even gonna be interesting. So, I'm gonna keep recording, and if something silly happens, I'll definitely show it. But we're probably going to just have, like, the very end when we finish this big thing off. Especially as I'm, like, figuring out its, like, radius to, like, circle this thing properly. Ah. Well, that was an unfortunate thing. You know, the funniest thing about that is I don't have another flyer. Oh, geez. Well, let's grab all of our stuff first, because... Ooh, that's actually a good idea. Thank you, Thorny Dragon. Oh, sauerkraut is just, like, rolling everywhere and just slapping the crap out of my face. Let's try and do this first with sauerkraut rolling on the keyboard. There we go. Okay, we're okay. Okay, let's put our stuff back on. And where is our wyvern? Okay. I was hoping that we pulled him with the whistle. Where's that geyser? Can potentially shoot ourselves, like, straight up to get him. Though, also, we might be high enough now. Nah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a way to get up. Whether it's climb the cliff or shoot ourselves up. Send me up! Yes! So stupid. Come to me, Wyvern. We might have deployed this parachute a little early. Alright, well, let's land, like, over here and get our... Oh, wait. Oh, shit, I thought he was close enough that I could have gotten back on him. Why isn't there a Spino up here? Alright. Fuck you, Sky Manta. For kill... Oh, Jesus, sauerkraut. Stop wiggling. You might have to get down while we finish this up. Fucking Skyman. It figures. Oh, and we're inside it. It figures the fight that I'm like... The time I'm like talking shit about it is the time that it actually like manages to kill me. Well, it didn't even kill me. So the way Lightning Wyvern's breath works is they light up their whole body when they use their lightning. So he fried me, essentially. Like, I fried myself, which is always the funniest thing with the Wyverns. It's how they just tend to kill you on accident. Which, speaking of Wyverns, because Wyverns are inherently the best way to do this fight, like, for obvious reasons, lightnings in particular. But, oh, there we go again. Fucking flock. God damn it. As I was saying, the Titan is immune to all other Wyverns except lightning. Except lightning and poison. For some reason, it's immune to ice, which I don't quite understand, believe it or not. But, okay, I don't like that there's aloes there now. Let's try and get back to our stuff again. That's actually really funny. Like, if we hadn't gotten just dismounted and we didn't, like, fry ourselves, we actually would have lived because of the water. But, alright, well, this thing has killed me twice, and it's on a fucking sliver of hell. So, I will have my vengeance and kill you. We're just gonna use the geyser trick again. Might as well, like, we're not really getting a lot of use out of these parachutes. We just die before we can even fire them off. Alright, you'd think I would have learned not to use my lightning. You'd be wrong. It just does too much damage for me to, like, pass it up. Yeah, fuck you! That's what you get, bitch! Fucking... I love that it didn't kill me. I killed myself. But you get this weird effect, too, like, standing on the Desert Titan, you get, like, its own gravity. Oh, and our Wyvern fell through. That's fun. Yo. Look at that long neck, though. As you see, just a bunch of, like, random stuff from the Titan. I wish I had my taxidermy tool. This would be, like, a really good point for it. As you see, too, its health is super low. 250,000 health. Like I was talking about in the last video, the enraged Rexes that we were fighting have health very similar to that. So it's like, you know, it's only twice as... It's still a lot of health, you know, but it's like twice as much health as the Rexes have. So it's like, yeah, you're very soft. And now I'm gonna eat you. That's what you get, nerd. And bitch. With one corrupted nodule. But, alright. Unfortunately, we actually didn't get any element from that. And it's not gonna, like... Okay, Mr. Morelitas. It's not gonna tell us the tech rooms that we got, but, you know, we know what we got. We can check the wiki. So now what I want to do is I want to try and find an element vein so we can get a bunch of element, and then let's head back to Extinction. Yes, let's head back to Extinction from where we are. Let's head back to the center and do up some element crafting, because I think that could be really fun to do, and, like, do all the decorating with it. So, guys, we did manage to find an element vein, and it's a big one. This is a 50k node, which is the biggest that they come. And that is fantastic. This is going to be a ton of element for us. Now, element veins are really... I'm not going to really show off a whole lot of this, because it's basically the same thing as not purple OSTs, just OSTs in general, where it's like you defend the giant node here You can lose all these tendrils, but the more of them you keep alive, the more of them you can harvest. So that's really important to do. And it's one of the things that I do actually really enjoy about having the map on PvE is I can't damage them. Which is fantastic. Because normally you would damage them yourself just by, attacking, and thus that's less that you can get. A lot of times the 50k nodes in particular, because of like the size of the creatures that come, you just end up losing all of the nodes just trying to clear the creatures, which is very frustrating in all honesty, but you get the bulk of the element from the main thing. So yeah, guys, I'm just going to do this up. Like I said, I don't really want to make you guys sit through and watch a lot of what is essentially stuff that we just did earlier this week, So yeah, I'm just gonna clear this up, and I'll probably show off how much element we get from the end from harvesting this all. And yeah, so I will just catch you on the other side of this vein. Hey, there we go. We did really well. There's a fuckload of these tendrils left. Granted, there were a lot. It's the only thing that's kind of annoying. With PvE, you have to, manually claim the drop before you can get it. Yeah, 65,000 health on this. We are going to... How much do the tendrils have? 260? Oh, yeah. As you can see, we get, quite a bit of, random element from these, and then, oh, geez, we're going to have so much element. The worst part is, I don't know if it's enough. So, alright, I'm gonna go around and harvest all these. I really wish I had a mantis. Because, you can't use a harvesting creature for these, which is unfortunate. They're actually... I remember reading on the wiki there was a period where you could chainsaw these, which is just a crazy thought to me. You would get so much stuff. We should probably put him onto neutral as well. We're gonna have Saffron follow us around while we try and find all of them. But yeah, let's see how much element we end up with here. Harvesting these is kind of making me think a little bit with how Ark Ascended put out, what is it? It's Bob's Tall Tales, I think is the bundle, where it adds in a bunch of new decorative stuff. I wonder if they'll add something so you can set up some of these at your base, because that could be really cool. I really like the aesthetic of the element veins. I think that's all the oh nope, there's one right here that I somehow missed. Something must have flopped on it, but I think this is the last tendril of it, and we have quite a bit of that's a lot. Element dust you actually can convert into element here, whereas unstable element at 1,000, so we have almost 10 more pieces of element here with just that one. That's a lot for just basically just the tendrils. So let's start hacking away at the big guy here, because this one's also going to be a bit, and just look at all that element rolling in. Also all the dust and shards too, which we can also convert into more element, though we need a tech replicator for the shards. And they convert at a lower rate. Instead of 1,000, like it is for the dust, it's 100. Oh, I think we missed 1 or 2 tendrils. Either way, that's still quite a bit of element. Or maybe that's just the natural sound effect of it finishing up. But let's hop on you, and 5... the worst part is I'm looking at this and I'm that might not be enough element still. But yeah, so now the fun thing, and I do want to mention this for people who don't play on with S+, or at least I think it's S+. One of the mods I have allows me to turn all of my element into transferable element. Same with the element shards, because normally you can't take either of these across the Ark. So what you'd have to do is head to one of the terminals in the city and turn it all into element dust, because you can carry dust across. And yeah, that's just a huge pain. And then you would go home, and then you'd make it all into unstable element. It would be a very lengthy process. So I'm very thankful for this, because it's going to cut a lot of corners. But, okay, while this makes a horrendous noise, we're going to head on over and get ready to transfer over home and start crafting things. Alright, guys, so we are back home, and we've made a bunch of the random tech things. So let me show you all of the new things and talk about what they can do. The first thing being the wonderful tech replicator. It's so nice. So you see, we're actually really low on our element, which is really funny to me, in all honesty. I was pretty sure we weren't going to have enough. And we're definitely towing the line. I'm definitely going to have to go do another element vein, I think. But yes, this essentially is just it has everything, as you can see. Like, there's a ton of different options for things. You know, we can kind of just make a bit of anything, and it makes it super fast. Like, let's make a batch of rifle ammo, I guess. And just look at how fast this cranks it out. It's so good. It's so nice. And then there's a handful of things that are exclusive to just this, such as, like, the tech stuff. And, I know there's, like, vehicles and stuff that we could potentially make, too. But those are also, like, all tech rims. So, yeah, we're not going to worry about those. Then we made this. This is exclusive to S+, the Vivarium, which, you see, we have some friends in here. And we can actually take a look here, and what this does is it counts as if the creatures were out, and it will passively generate resources. As you can see by the list, these are the things that it has a chance of rolling every 15 minutes, I want to say. One of the best ones is this one here, Element Shards, which is exclusive to Griffins. Now, this is really cool because you can change it. Let me close this quick. You can change it, like, change to Island. You have Island, Scorched, and Aberration. We currently have it on Aberration right now. And then, based on what you put in, changes what you can get. So, like, we have it on Aberration for green gems that we're going to get, which has a chance of rolling based on the amount of herbivores that we have here. So, we have 2 Maywings. So, there's 2 different shots at rolling for the stuff, which we're doing this mostly for green gems. I should throw some more herbivores in here. And I forget what we can get for the carnivores. I think it's like red gems and stuff. I really can't remember. Actually, you know what? I would literally can just look at the list. Gas balls, some mushrooms, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to have to figure out where to put that. Raw meat, rare mushrooms. A lot of good stuff. Really nice. I like that it does it like very slowly too. So it's like, obviously this is going to generate a lot because the server's on all the time. But it's going to kind of just like passively do it, you know, nothing super crazy. Then, of course, our tech generator over here, which I can show you guys what I was talking about, too. As you can see, the range for this is massive. Even includes, like, our front 2 breeding zones. So we actually don't need the gas generators in those anymore, either. And that will just power everything for a decent amount of tech. Not tech, element. Like, we have just some element in here. It should be about 2 pieces a day, I want to say. 1 to 2. I can't exactly remember the exact amount off the top of my head. And then we have all of our new tech crop plots. We have 2 ones empty here. 2? What? Did I not see this one? Apparently, we have 3 empty ones, which I want to use for these specifically. These are Planet Species R, which are exclusive to Genesis Part 2. You get them from a very special area in the Rockwell's garden side. When you go inside, there's 3 pockets for mutagen that have a chance of generating the seeds, and there's 5 different ones. Unfortunately, we messed up and we lost one. We used to have R1, which was raw meat, but I accidentally killed it, which is an unfortunate thing. And how these work is, as you see that health bar there, you just saw it. You can use a pickaxe. You can actually. What am I doing? Do I have a creature? Oh, these guys don't have a saddle. Never mind. You can use like a creature too to harvest these, if I remember right. And it will just, as you can see, we're just getting a bunch of spoiled meat from this thing, and then he will shrink down, and it will replenish again in 30 minutes. And it's super nice for getting like meats and stuff. Like, it's a lot of raw meat for 1 round. And I can tell you well, that was spoiled meat. The raw, because I'm just thinking the raw meat one was like 430. And then we've got, you know, all of our just crops again, once more growing. You guys might also notice that the greenhouse effect is much higher. Like, greenhouse effect normally caps out at 300%. The tech ones let it go up an additional 200%, and they can hold more, I've noticed, for the S Plus ones specifically, which is super nice. And then there's this. So I've talked a little bit about the S Plus item collector here, who will just gather up a bunch of random resources for us. I'll take that from you. Thank you very much. And what's actually, you know what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. There we go. That's much better. And he'll just like collect things from creatures. This, however, collects from everything. So like we have this currently set up to pull our organic polymer and Acatina paste, as well as crops and fertilizer from the dung beetles, and as well as poop from the ground, which we're actually going to stop because it looks like our dung beetles are pretty full, and we should also tag it to pull the oil from them. There we go. Fantastic. It will also pull from our Wyverns, which is really good. As you can see, there's a bunch of like random things in here, like mushrooms and stuff from that, which it's just holding onto. And you can set up to distribute things too. So it'll automatically distribute things into dedicated storage, fertilizer to the crop plots, poop to the dung beetles. You can send metal to forges. A lot of like, actually we should, I kind of want to slap this on there too. I can't, I'm trying to think of like, can I set it? Nah, it's fine. Fuck it. So it's super nice, and it's powered by the tech generator, and it's just a nice thing to kind of help streamline some like random things. And then speaking of which, the dedicated storage, just look how clean this looks for all of our stuff. Now we've got most of our things portioned out, but there's still some other stuff. Show you, we've got like kind of like the big 12 down here of like things I kind of always want to keep an eye on: metal, charcoal, crystal, stone, thatch, fiber. Look at all the hide we've got, by the way. And one of the things that's super nice is when they're powered, they're refrigerated. So in here we've got like all of our berries and farm organized so that it's all in there. And then, like I said, it's refrigerated, so it's as if it was in the refrigerator itself. I have to make some more, but I'm like out of crystal again. So I'll have to take the magma store out once more to go get some of that. And then let me show you the storage room. And look how much nicer this is than what it was before. We're going to eventually like wrap this around up into this one. And then this has just a bunch of random things like saddles, things that can't really go into dedicated storage. Well, or ones I just don't have space for quite yet, like deathworm horns, the element ore that I randomly picked up, things like that. But yeah, everybody, I think that's going to wrap up this episode for today. It was kind of all over the place. But man, oh man, did we get a lot of important things done. I'm super happy because this is going to streamline a lot of like the mundane things. Like instead of like having to constantly be making beer to keep the farmer going, I can just brain off, just let it go. And that's like super helpful, And hopefully it can keep the poop, like the crop plots, up and about. Though I'm gonna have to come down every so often to chainsaw these. There's definitely an item I can set up. I remember setting it up once and playing with it, and it was absolutely ridiculous. I remember being like drowned in raw meat with it. So we probably won't do that again. But yeah, it's just nice to have a lot of the automation and like the nice clean look for our items. Like being able to see it like this really helps me, and I know exactly where things are, and I can like just look at it and just be like, okay, I need to go get wood because apparently we're out of fucking wood. So yeah, everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. And until then, peace.